Hello everyone! So for today's video I have a Saiyan Beyond God moveset theme suggestion. This was recommended by Naki Playso X, so thank you for posting that. If you would like your moveset suggestions featured in future videos, just leave a comment on this video and the best and most interesting ones will be featured in future videos. Okay, so for supers he says use Super God Fist, Burst Kamehameha, Super Mad Dance, and either a counter attack or a charge. For my ultimate he says any Kamehameha, and then Dragon Fist or Soul Punisher, and of course for my transformation, Potential Unleashed. Instead of using a charge like Maximum Charge or a counter like Pressure Sign or Super God Shock Flash, I decided to go for Ki Blast Cannon. I'll go into detail why I picked what I did pick in a moment, but getting into what ultimates I decided on using, he said I could either use Soul Punisher or Dragon Fist. I decided to use Soul Punisher because I've already done a few videos using Dragon Fist, so I might as well use something new. Super Kamehameha because it's just something I can see like a Saiyan Beyond God using, especially Goku and Beat. And you guys know what I'm going to say next about Super Kamehameha. It's just a very stable and reliable ultimate attack given how much ki it uses, how fast it is to fire, and just how much damage it inflicts. I could have picked times 100 Big Bang Kamehameha or even Final Kamehameha, but the thing is, when I think of those attacks, I either think of Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan 4. I picked Potential Unleashed because in terms of appearance, it looks very similar to the Saiyan Beyond God state. Force Shield as my evasive because, again, I can just see that being something that they would use. And I picked Ki Blast Cannon because in Dragon Ball Heroes, Beat is a Super Saiyan God, the red variation, so naturally he'll be able to use this state. But he teleports in to protect the Supreme Kai of Time from an attack from Demigra by using an attack that I can only describe as an air version of the Kamehameha, basically using something very similar to what Ki Blast Cannon looks like. If you guys don't know what the Saiyan Beyond God form is, it's basically a state of being after a Saiyan has absorbed the power of a Super Saiyan God. I believe it was given the name Saiyan Beyond God from Dragon Ball Heroes, and the first appearance we saw of it was in Resurrection F. There's not really much to say in terms of appearance because it just makes your aura naturally white, like a milky colour, and it makes your hair stand up. Not necessarily spiked. Think of like an air machine blowing air into your face, like that's what it would make your hair look like. I don't know what it is about forms like this. It's the same for the false Super Saiyan transformation that Goku used on Lord Slug, but I just find these forms insanely badass. If you guys want to submit some fan art of this, then go ahead and I'll definitely feature them in future videos. But with that being said, here are the stats that I had for this video. Keep in mind I was playing with limitations on, so let's get into the first fight. So I picked the beach map because it's the closest thing we have to where Goku and Vegeta fought the revived Frieza. My opponent picks his avatar, which looks very similar to the Resurrection F Gohan in the green tracksuit, which I thought was very fitting. I noticed right off the bat that he tends to vanish whenever I hit him a few times, like 2 or 3 times, and he'll vanish. I went for the Ki Blast Cannon there, expecting him to try and just rush into me, but it didn't work. We go into a clash here, then I step vanish a little because I'm not sure what he's going to do after the clash. Then we go into another one, and then after this I just want to try and get some damage on him, so I dash into him. Then we go into a third clash, but whatever, I gained a lot of ki from that, so now I can use Potential Unleashed, and the guy goes for Super Vegeta 2. I go up to him and break his guard, and I try to hit him with the Soul Punisher, thinking, oh, it's gonna hit, but no, like it's got absolutely zero tracking and it's got a very short range. So I would strongly recommend only using Soul Punisher if your opponent is in the recovery position where they can't move at all. So here I'm just draining his stamina because again I know he's going to vanish after every 2 or 3 hits. So for that little combo there I didn't vanish, but when he sends me flying I do vanish, and then I hit him with the Super Mad Dance, and then I charge up the Rush Ki Blast, but he hits me before it can really, start to do any damage on him. So I just dash up to him, kick him away, go for another Rush Ki Blast, but that completely misses. Now, what I've been trying to do in online fights is just to practice my perfect blocking because I've not really done it for a while now. So instead of dashing up to him there, I just try to wait for him to dash into me so I could try and perfect block it, but then he hits me with the Scumbag God of Destruction's Anger. Then he tried to hit me with the Spirit Ball, but it doesn't even reach that far, so I've pretty much got a free stamina reset. Now with this guy, he was very predictable because whenever you would hit him 2 or 3 times, he'll vanish, and whenever he'll regenerate 2 bars of ki so he can vanish, he'll do it immediately, and he was just so predictable. I try and fail to look badass there by doing like 2 Ki Blast cannons and I completely miss. So again, I'm going to get him in another combo, hit him with a Ki Blast Cannon and he will actually hit this time, but because that was the third time I used it, he lost any sense of badassery. The burst Kamehameha misses completely. So now I want to finish him off with the Super God Fist, so I'm just waiting for an opportunity. I hit him there, but it doesn't do enough to finish him, and then I used it again for some reason. I must have misclicked. So now I need to get a perfect block, or I need for him to do some damage on me, so I have another bar key to use Super God Fist, and there it is, and there's the game. So for the next match I picked the same map, and the guy, who is a different player this time, picks Gohan, which I just thought was very funny. And now I'm just trying to work out when he's going to vanish and any patterns, or if he's going to panic vanish, and he did there because I hit him once and then he vanished. So after the clash we both step vanished, probably because we're thinking that we're both going to dash into each other. And here he was just too easy to read, like after every 1 or 2 hits he'll vanish. So now just look at our stamina bars, like I've got the lead here. And I use the evasive here because I can afford to. I probably shouldn't really, because you know it was pointless. I decided not to use my evasive here because I just used it and I want to recover some keys so I can use Potential Unleashed. Now this little glitch benefited me, but I still thought it sucked because the only reason I dropped out of that combo then was because of the Kamehameha not registering. So here I go for the Super God Fist, and for some reason I keep thinking it's got more range than like 2 centimeters, so eventually I'll get used to it. So here I continued the combo by teleporting, but then I stop and go for the Anticipation Fist, but instead I go for the block to try and predict him hitting me and to try and practice by perfect blocking. Given his vanishing pattern so far in this fight, I had a pretty strong feeling that he was going to vanish there, so I went for the Super Kamehameha, and given that I haven't used it yet, I doubt he would be expecting it, so I used it and it was successful. Going into the next fight, I picked the same map. Notice the guy has Super Kamehameha and Death Ball as his 2 ultimates. We go into a clash, then I went for the throw thinking he's going to dash into me, and he did, but I was just too slow in using it. So then I vanished, then step vanished to try and get some distance and go back into him, gave him a small combo. Noticed he vanished pretty early on there, but he didn't vanish when I got him in a longer combo, so at this point of the fight I don't really know his vanishing patterns, so I need to try and make sure I figure them out. He charges up by mistake, I'm guessing. I went up to him, tried to get him in a stamina break, and of course it misses. He uses Burst Kamehameha as I transform, so my stamina is going to tank that pretty nicely. Now I'm not sure what happened here because I vanished when he got me in the combo, but it looked like he didn't go for the back hit, so unless the glitch happened where his character turned around at the right time, I don't know. Then after the clash I tried to be flashy and he fails again. Ki Blast Cannon misses. Now here I had a feeling he would vanish, but I turned around and again I'm trying to practice my perfect blocking for when the situation calls for it. He went for the stamina break there. We both have roughly the same amount of stamina now, so I get him in the basic light combo. And here I charge up the basic Ki Blast Rush. It misses because he hits me and cancels it out. I go for the throw. Now I really need to make him use his stamina because he has way more stamina than I do, and if he uses Death Ball and it hits me, that's going to really change his match and give him the advantage. Here I use Super Mad Dance rather than just using a basic combo because, well, again, I've got no stamina. He went for the Super Kamehameha there, but I broke his stamina guard. Then I used the Stardust Breaker and it misses, and now I'm thinking, oh shit. So now he's definitely going to be able to get a full bar of stamina back, and that's going to put me at a huge disadvantage. So now I'm kind of forgetting the theme of the video and I'm trying to play seriously because I need to make him use his stamina. That's the only way I'm going to win now. But thankfully I was able to predict when he was going to vanish, so then I hit him away with the basic light combo and I was able to fully charge the Rush Ki Blast volley, and that's thankfully going to do just enough damage to put him away. There is one fight left in this video. I'm not going to commentate over it because it's kind of like a blooper, only because the guy I fought against, let's just say he wasn't really an experienced player and I could just mess around with him, and this was just when I was testing out this moveset to see what would work and what I should try to avoid. So thank you for watching so far guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.